Hey everybody, this is Fernando Jimenez. What's going on? Can't believe we're back kicking it live here from Carpentersville, Illinois. All right, so what are we gonna talk about today? I got a bunch of goodies to talk about today because it's been a while since we've hung out. But I've been feeding his brain with some good stuff. So here we go. All right, so it's awesome. This life is really cool because the more risks you take, the more chances you get to learn and to expand your horizons and your ways of thinking and opening your mind. Okay, and what do I mean by that? Very simple. I got a mentor. I got a pair of mentors for business, for my online businesses, right? And it was quite expensive, but it was actually quite a good investment because I learned stuff from them and they exposed me to people that have ways of thinking that it would have taken me years to find these people if I would have ever found these people, right? So I got mentored by Angie Long and Ben Martin, and then Ben Martin told me, hey, you got to check out Ben Settle. And I went and I checked out Ben Settle. Ben Settle's an email marketing badass, right? And also business consultant. He's got great philosophies, right? And then Ben Settle talked about a show called Beige Phillips Show, right? And Beige Phillips Show is a show by a guy called Dante Nero. And Dante Nero is an actor slash comedian slash philosopher of relationships and life. And that's where I'm going to get my stuff for today. The three things that I'm talking about today, the three realizations of relationships that you can apply, that can help you understand your business better and life, right? So Dante basically has a show called the Beige Phillips Show. And this show is about teaching a man how to reclaim his manhood, right? Teaching men how to understand women, teaching men how to be men, but also how to have integrity and how to also just be successful, right? And like the way he says, stop being a bitch. That's what he tells men, right? It's hilarious. Okay, and so he's got 3 rules. He's got plenty more rules, but these are the 3 that I've kind of that I've been thinking a lot about because I noticed that, man, if I apply this to business, this is really going to tear it up. This is really going to make some realizations. It's really going to make some networks happen, right? Okay, so rule number 1, and they're by no means, they're in no order. I'm just going to shoot out whatever I can think about. And you always, I want you to keep in mind, I want you to keep an open mind of what I'm telling you, and no matter how offensive, no matter how crazy it is, because I'm going to quote the guy directly, because if not, it loses the essence. Keep an open mind, right? Maybe it doesn't apply for you, but maybe it applies for somebody in your life that you know that needs some help, right? And also, how can you apply it to your business? Because think about it. This goes to a lot of people that have small businesses that have been surviving for a long time, and they're right there. They're right on the cusp. They're right on the edge of success, yet they never attain it. And the reason why they never attain it is because of a mindset. It's because of just the way that they're thinking. They shift a little bit of way that they're thinking, and their business will shift big time. But what do people try to do? People try to do it the other way around. They try to force the business. They try to force the customers. They try to force the workers instead of changing the thinking, right? And so that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to share this with you so that you get excuse me, so that you can apply it, okay? All right, so rule number 1. Rule number 1 that Dante Nero talks about. Okay, so rule number 1, he says, remember, this is for men, okay, and dealing with their women, right? That's what the show is about. He's teaching men. He's not teaching women. There are shows that teach women. All right, so rule number 1 that the guy says, your girl's going to give you shit so that you can handle the shit that's happening outside, right? So you know, you'll be hanging around at home, and all of a sudden, you know, your girl just all of a sudden starts just going crazy, starts complaining, or starts just going whacked out on the most craziest stuff, right? And you're just sitting there, you're just like, I have not done anything. Why is she attacking me, right? And that's the first thing you do. So what do? You lash out. You sit there and you take it personal, and you don't. If you keep that rule in mind, the rule is she's giving you shit so that you could then handle the shit that goes outside. She, as a woman, is just testing you. She's trying to make sure that she picked the right mate, that she picked the right companion, right? She probably had a bad day out there. She probably had a stressful day. And what does she do? she felt a little insecure, right? And so she's just like, and maybe she was alone, she wasn't with you, so she was just like, oh my God, the world is against me. Oh, you know, if this guy would be with me here, it'd be much easier, right? So she comes home, she catches you hanging around, just watching TV and just comfortable, and for some reason, it's just like in a man's lizard brain, you know, the ego and the macho and all that BS stuff. The same as with the woman, she comes and she's got to start picking at you, and she's got to start giving you shit, right? And it's not because of you, it's not because you were sitting there hanging around watching TV in your underwear, it's because she just got it outside in the world, right? And so she's coming to you, she's gonna give you the shit, and if you don't think about it in terms of, hey man, you just stand up for yourself, you know, hold your spot, you know, point it out if you have to, but most of all, don't take it personal. Now, how do you apply that rule in your business, right? How do you apply that rule in your business? Well, that rule is really big in your business because you're gonna get the shit from everybody. You're gonna get it from your customers, you're gonna get it from your workers, you're gonna get it from the people, your suppliers, right? Because, you know, it's a war out there. It's a big war out there, and a lot of people are gonna be giving it to you, right? And so in your business, the same thing happens. In your business, a lot of people are gonna be like giving you, testing you, right? They're gonna be testing you, and not testing you because you're not worthy, but they're just testing you because we're in the middle of the ocean. We're in the middle of a battle, right? This is big time going down, right? So keep that lesson in mind. Right? Your customers, your workers, they're gonna give you shit because they want to make sure that you can handle the shit out there. Don't take it personal, which means stay open to any type of construction, whether it's destructive or critical or constructive. Destructive construction, you know, when somebody gives you a little bit of feedback, it doesn't matter if it's good or positive, right? You just listen. You just listen. I'll always remember there was a time in my life that I was searching a lot, that I was trying to find a lot of meaning in life, you know, when you go through some hard times. And I remember that I was listening to a lecture by this one guy, and the guy was saying, hey, I want you to, whatever we tell you, I want you to, you're gonna have two pockets. Your pocket on your left is gonna be the pocket for the good stuff that you accept and the stuff that you like, right? The pocket on the right is gonna be the pocket that you hate, with the stuff that I tell you that you don't like. Right? But you got to understand that all I'm giving you is tools. And sometimes some tools you like if you're used to, you know, being a carpenter, any type of tool that has to do with carpentry you're going to like. But if I give you a tool for fixing cars and your main thing is being a carpenter, you're just not going to like it. So what are you going to do? You're going to toss the tool aside. But one day you're going to have to solve a problem, and all your carpenter tools are not going to help you. That's when the other tools that I give you will help you. So like they said, keep a good pocket and a bad pocket. Everything that's given to you, especially from somebody with a good value, somebody that has made success, right? Sometimes, you know, you go to a lecture or you see somebody and you're like, you know what, they're living the lifestyle that I want, but you go and you see them and you just don't like anything about them. I don't know, their demeanor, their way of speaking, even how they dress, anything. And then you all of a sudden start discounting what they say because you're judging them, right? Well, don't do that, right? Keep the good pocket and bad pocket. So keep that one with them. Okay, so second rule, Dante Nero says, right, that is just phenomenal, okay? So he says that, you know, sometimes, you know, women, they love to break a man down, right? You know, they love to cut a guy's balls off, right? You know, basically they call it domestication, right? And women love to do that. I mean, not all women, but I mean, you know, that's just how it is, right? And so his rule is this one: when a woman cuts off a man's balls, there is a chance that he can find another woman that can pin him right back up, right? And this one is mostly for the woman, but it also is for the man, because just because somebody cut your balls off, right? Just because somebody took away your power, just because somebody took away your position, doesn't mean that somebody else cannot give it back to you, right? In terms of business, you know, sometimes you want to make the sale so much, you wanna, whatever it is you want to do, which in other words, you're not qualifying, right? And so, and you end up working with somebody that, oh my God, it's just such a pain, such a problem, right? And this person just rides you, and they're always trying to make it hard for you, and they're always trying to jump on you, and they're always trying, right? And so, if you could sit there and take it, right? You could sit there and take it and have a miserable experience, or you could just go and find a new customer, right? Get rid of this one, right? So if you're going to sit there and take it, you're basically letting this person cut your balls off, right? When you can just turn around, find a customer, somebody that you really want to work with, they can pin your balls right back up there. right? And the same thing goes for work, or even for your job too. Say, okay, me, I'm entrepreneur, right? I'm trying to make this online thing happen, but I still gotta work. I still gotta have a job. I still gotta, you know, if I'm not producing with my online stuff, I still have to make money happen, right? So I still gotta work. I still have bosses. You know, there's times that, yeah, I'm just starting out in this stuff, right? So there's times that you're just not working out, so I got to go work for people, right? And sometimes those people, they make it a point to tell me, to remind me that I'm insignificant, that they can basically cut my balls off, right? Doesn't matter. What you do is you switch it up, you go and you find the customer, you find the workers, right? So, and then also too, don't get cocky. This is for also people that have been in business for a long time, right? So you've been in business for like 30 years and you really haven't upgraded your business mission. You really haven't upgraded your services just because you're the only one that's been there for a while. And so you just get cocky, right? You think that, well, it doesn't matter. I don't have to. We've been here for 30 years. You know, we said, you know, we already put the flag down, and you get cocky, right? And you think you can treat people bad. You can think that you can be mean, you can be nasty, right? And so you think that you can cut people's balls off, right? People come to you all excited and you just slap them down because and if they don't buy from you next because there's people coming, right? But guess what? Those same people that you cut their balls off can go to somebody else who can pin them right up for them, and they could basically take business elsewhere, right? So, you know, it goes both ways, whether for you or for the other person, right? Okay, so we went over they give you the, okay, and then this is the third lesson, right? This is the third lesson. So, and I was hearing it. It was awesome. It was a great show. This one guy was on the show. The guy's, I think, like 4'11", right? And he's really famous, but he's a really little guy, right? And so this guy was on the show, and this guy was like, he was talking to one of the guys on the show, and the guy on the show was just like 6'2", right? So he was telling to the guy that's 6'2", he's like, hey, man, you know, look at you, man. You're all 6'2" and stuff, and he made an issue out of the height, right? And Dante immediately called him out. He's like, listen, you know what? Your chick may not have a problem with height, right? But the fact that you have a problem with height, because you keep talking about it, that means a problem for her. And so the same thing, right? The same thing goes for, so in other words, your chick, right, or you're the person in the relationship, they may not have an issue with something. But the moment you have an issue with something, it becomes their issue, right? So how do you apply this lesson in life, this lesson in business, right? If you know, stay professional, stay talking about how this service, product, whatever it is you're talking about, how it's going to get them the results they want, right? You're not going to sit here and start nitpicking on the competition or start criticizing the other person's product just because of the color or the form, right? Because remember, if you have an issue with it, it becomes an issue for them. Be issueless, right? Have no issues. Be there for them. Be there to help them. In other words, how has it happened to me? I'm an eye doctor, right? And sometimes when I've done eye exams with patients, I sit there and we have time and we're just yapping away, and I start telling them about, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, and that has nothing to do with their eyes, right? Now, it's interesting because a patient can tell me anything they want. They could sit there and they could talk about the weather, the moon. They could talk about whatever they want, and it's all right for them. I could cut them off and guide them and say, okay, we're done. Have a great day, right? But guess what? I can't, because they're not there to hear my thing. They're not there to hear my issue, right? So, same thing. If it's an issue for you, it will become an issue for your customer. It will become an issue for your employee. It will become an issue for your providers, for your suppliers, right? So be issueless. All right, these are quick little lessons that I learned from Dante Nero from his show Beige Phillip. It's a great show. It's awesome. It's super entertaining. It's a bit abrasive, but that's what you need sometimes to keep you awake when you're doing all the driving that I have to do sometimes. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys could get a little bit of what what I'm trying to say, how you can apply it to many things. Have a great, safe day. Remember, always keep sharing, always keep growing, and always keep loving. Love you all. Have a great day. Bye. Finish up already. Yeah, this doesn't want to finish up. I guess we're in here for the